Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Country Cousin Show. This afternoon, in the studio with me, my co-host, my very beautiful co-host, folks. That fellow sitting on the end, his name is Paul Ehar. This
Hi, Mr.
beautiful
Paul.
lady sitting in the middle, her name is Isabel. But she's got a last name, though, for real. I just don't.
Last name is Vela. We're working on it. We're getting him going on that.
Yeah, he gets amnesia a lot.
He does. He forgets. He tends to forget.
Yes, I do. So welcome to the Country Cousin Show. We have a great show lined up for you. A lot of stuff going on right now this evening for you. So stick back, sit back, enjoy. What did I say? Oh, and wait, stop.
That's
wait.
easy for you to say. Yeah.
Let Paul do his thing. He's the co-host, and then Isabel's going to do her thing, and then we're going to move on to the next segment. So here we go. That Paul is. Now.
Yeah, so we're here in L.A., and I hadn't seen Richard for about 3 weeks. Last time he saw me, I had a long beard, and I was in a couple movie parts for The Life and Times of Joaquin Murrieta.
Yeah.
So I was going to shave my beard, and then they told me at my church, "Oh, don't shave it. We want you to be in like an Easter play, you know." And so I said, "Okay, I'll keep it." So it was driving me crazy, and so I saw one of my old casting directors I hadn't seen in years, and I saw her at the store. She goes, "Oh my gosh!" She goes, "What are you doing with that long beard like that? That don't look like you. You look like a homeless person." She says, "Down on La Cienega Boulevard." She said, "You're not camping out down there, are you?" I said, "No." She says, "You need to cut that." She said, "My experiences in life, people that have beards are because they're usually bald on top of their head, and they want to compensate by growing a beard." So she says, and besides that, she says, "You look like you're 75. So I told her, I said, "Thanks, I appreciate it." So I wound up cutting off the beard, and so it makes me feel like 10 pounds less. So I feel a lot better.
That's all? Just 10 pounds?
But you look very well. This is a
Thank
good
you.
look. Yeah.
Good look. Isabel,
Yes.
tell the host, tell the folks that's watching a little bit about you.
My name is Pastor Isabel. We are fully opened at our new building out in Fresno, California. We are here in LA today. I get to be accompanied by these two very handsome
Woohoo!
men. And let's see what we have in store for today, right?
Yes, yeah. Now, you got to tell them the address to your building.
Oh, but are you sure we want to tell
Oh,
everybody?
no, well, we
what
might
if
not
we
wanna
get
say that.
overcrowded?
Yeah, you
right?
might get
No,
overwhelmed.
of course, come overcrowd us. We are located at 3626 East Ventura Avenue in Fresno, California. If you
there
need
you
a
go. Mm-hmm.
warm plate of food, if you need someone to talk to, if you need somewhere to stay the night, come on over. We're here for you.
Yes, indeed.
Or if you got a friend like Richard and he's driving you nuts and you just want to get away and have a little solace to yourself, then you can go there and hang out. And then tell him,
Definitely.
if you see a guy showing up and he says that his name's Richard Graham, you never heard of me. I'm not here.
We're closed.
Yeah,
we
we're
are
closed, yeah.
absolutely closed at that moment.
We're all out of food. We're all out of food. Yeah.
No more.
And the 52 cards that we had in the deck, they're down to 49, so
Down.
we can't play
Sorry,
with you.
that's it. No more. Definitely.
Yes. God is good, by the way.
He
Hey,
is.
folks, it's raining here in the state of California right now, in Fresno, California, and it's raining in Los Angeles. It's raining in San Bernardino. Wait, San Bernardino has snow.
What?
They have snow. Yes, they really do. And they're having a trying time trying to dig out. And our blessings go to them because
Amen.
so much snow and people are sick up there, and it's hard for them to get fuel and gas and stay warm and stuff. And so even in the upper Yosemite Falls, Yosemite Falls Park area in Northern California, they have snow too, and those people are locked in that area up there, and there's mudslides and things going on. So, just say a prayer for them, and let the good Lord help them get out of the mess at the end. It's really good.
Amen.
Yes. So, welcome everybody to the Country Cousins Show. We are here live and in color. To all you folks around the world that joins us from Britain, England, Russia, France, Australia, Spain, all the other countries down there, and Mexico, we welcome you to the Country Cousins Show and
Welcome.
all of our military people around the nation. And we want to talk just quickly because we're going to go to commercial break here shortly. But we want to talk quickly about how come some of these fast food places around the nation stop giving, y'all hear me right? Stop giving discounts to veterans. How come? Can't get a discount no matter where you go. You know, it's bad when you go to McDonald's and you can't get one on coffee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So y'all need to ante up on this thing and start back giving out your veterans military discounts on coffee, donuts, cookies, crackers.
It should be an automatic.
Yeah,
It should be an
thing.
automatic. There should be no debate there.
That's right. And so we have a debate. You just tell us that we old. We can do the old folks debate. I mean, the old folks discount, but all of us ain't that old. I'm just saying, everybody can't use the old folks discount. So you need to go back and give a discount to what I think, and let that be known around the world.
Yeah.
That we're back in business.
But they did lower the age on the old folks.
Yeah,
It
they
used to be
did.
you had to be over. You had to be over 62. Now, if you're 60, they consider you a senior.
I'm
Oh,
still
that's
not
good.
close.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to get my senior discounts. I'm really looking forward to that. I got a long way to go.
You better talk to Gavin. Listen.
I'm coming your way, Mr. Kevin. I am coming your way. I'm looking into AARP and all these good discounts, but you know,
you might
I
ought to
still
see
got.
Mike Briggs over there. You know he's a city council member.
Oh, Mr. Briggs, I'm coming your way also.
Woo! Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a commercial break. We're coming back with a lot of other things. Y'all stick around. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back in a flash. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Country Cousin Show. So, just saying. So, Miss Isabel is going to tell us, since she got some great dancers over there, I want to say this.
Oh.
During her birthday, we had a great birthday party with her and her husband. And we want to say, you know, God bless her for the job she's trying to do helping in the community.
Thank you.
It's a tough job. And so we went over for the birthday party, and I learned and I looked at and I found the Country Cousins dancers. Unfortunately, I didn't take no video that night, but
Good.
we are going to have the Country Cousins dancers on the show at the next couple of shows.
That's
Coming
not
up
those
soon.
chickens that they captured from Foster Farms, was it?
You know,
And now they're dancing because you're throwing some seed on the ground. Is that the Country Cousins dancers?
that would probably work out. Why don't we look into
Yeah.
that direction?
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. And if you're looking for some music, I'll just throw a few kernels on the piano and let them peck on the piano like they
and
do
let
at the
'em
fair.
peck away.
I did. Yeah,
That's
it
it.
sounds good.
Yeah.
It works really good.
Yeah, sure. We can try
Yeah.
anything.
And y'all got to come, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in Fresno area, come by her place of business and have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love. Y'all know how much I love food. Everybody know how much I love food. Anyway, come by her place and have some great breakfasts, some great lunches, some great dinners. Okay. She can cook. The ladies that works with her can really cook, and then the food is just tremendously overwhelming. It's fantastic. You can't miss this. This is better than going to Denny's, better than going to McDonald's, all them other places that you may think of. Come by there. What's the address again?
3626 East Ventura Avenue in Fresno.
California.
Yeah, baby.
Come by and hang
Come
out.
on by.
And after a while, we're going to have one in Hawaii on Cocoa. Is it Cocoa Beach?
Cocoa Beach is in Florida.
Oh, Cocoa Beach in Florida. Wait a minute. Well, we'll get to that one.
I
And
know
then we
you
gonna-
never watched I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah, we're going to have one at the beach in Hawaii. What is it? What is that one?
In Hawaii?
Yeah.
Waikiki.
Oh, Waikiki. That's it. Yeah, I know. It's somewhere there. You know.
He was close enough, right?
Go.
Yeah, he's only about 6,000 miles off. But
Only, but at
Yeah.
least it's about water.
Close only counts the horseshoes and hand grenades.
But at least the topic was about water,
Yeah.
right? At least
Yeah.
it was close
Yeah,
there.
I was
Yeah.
close.
There you go.
Yeah, and we got it worked out. And folks, I'm telling you, it's some beautiful food. It's just really beautiful. You know what? I love in the morning to have bacon, eggs, and homemade biscuits and biscuit gravy. I'm just saying, you know how it is. You got to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just make sure you don't tell your cardiologist.
Yeah, don't tell him.
Otherwise, he's going to have you on the treadmill for the next 3 weeks.
Yes.
Ah,
And then they're going to do an ultrasound on your heart to find out from all that 3 pounds of bacon that you ate in one sitting, 12 eggs, and those 15 biscuits with gravy.
Oh, but it tastes so delicious. With the glass of orange juice, extra
yes.
ice. At least we're getting
Yes.
the vitamin C.
the
Yeah.
vitamin C's
We got some
like
fruit
that.
there.
Yeah.
That'll work.
It's really there.
Yeah.
So, anyway, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, back over to my co-host over here. He's got, what is that you had, a piece of paper?
Yeah,
that
I had
folds up,
something. You know,
rolled down?
your pet peeve was talking about the veterans don't get a discount.
Yeah.
Well, I got
They don't get
something
none on
that
there either.
it must have been from Gavin Newsom because he's the only one that makes idiotic choices like this, and it affects the DMV.
Right.
But if you can see,
Mike,
they
can
sent
you
me
get a
this in the
close-up?
mail today for to renew my registration sticker on my car.
Yeah.
So I look, and I had memorized what the license plates used to be. And they used to
Right.
have one on there that was really cool. It was like California, and it showed like the palm trees and then the
Right.
sunset, and then you could put your name on there or whatever you want to have
Right.
personalized. Now they've taken that off. I don't know what they've done with it, but they have one says protect the whales, the ocean, and one says
Protect the wheels.
yeah, and they have one says
Oh,
I
wow.
love Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
They have one says protect the kids and it shows a waving hand.
Okay.
Love Yosemite, it shows Yosemite in the background. So
Uh-huh.
then they have one says pet lover.
Yeah.
September 11th, don't forget
Okay.
September 11th says be a
Yeah.
patriot. Then they have one says for museums and everyone. It shows Snoopy to the far left, and then it says 1, 2, 3 ABC.
Right.
And then it says honor our veterans. It says Calvet.
Right.
And on the far left side of the plate, it'll show like a purple heart. So I'm just wondering what they did with that license plate with the sunset and the palm trees, because you know that's
They traded them
California.
in.
That
When
is
somebody thinks of
California.
California, whether you
Right.
talk to them in Germany or they're in London or Canada, they always think of the beach, the sunsets, and they think of the ocean.
Yes.
And especially palm trees.
Right.
People from other states
Right.
in the United States, they go, oh, I don't like some of the restrictions you have in California, but one thing I love is I love the palm trees,
Right.
because where we're at, we don't have any.
Correct.
So,
Really?
and I had some friends in Utah, and they said, oh,
They
I
have
love
the
it when I come
snow.
to California. I get to see the palm trees. They go crazy. And, we're used to it because we see palm trees all day long here in Los
Okay.
Angeles.
We have some behind us. As
Yeah,
a matter
we
of
do.
fact.
So,
Yeah, we do.
I mean, it just, I don't know. It seems like with everything going on, they could invent a new license plate, something that would really captify the individuals, so where people would want to go out and get a personalized plate.
Let's see.
I'll
If
tell
you
you
got
something that would be
veterans on it,
something that would be really good would be if-
hamburger.
no, if they would have on there, because a lot of times, if you talk to people on the East Coast,
Yeah.
two of the things they like to see when they come to California, they
Tacos.
like Yosemite and they like to see the Golden Gate Bridge. So maybe
Oh,
one that had the Golden
maybe.
Gate Bridge on there would be cool.
A
Says
nighttime
California.
view, yeah, with like the night lights, because that is such a beautiful view.
I like to have gyros and fries on mine.
Oh,
We're not talking about food.
he just thinks about food. He wants
You know, this guy
hamburgers.
thinks about food 24/7. Why he's not 530 pounds and they have to carry him in here on a forklift.
Yes.
Wide low, stand back 25 feet. I'll never know why. He must have an overactive pituitary gland, because this guy can eat. He can eat Fresno State football team
Yeah.
off the. They had him one time down at a pancake eating contest at UCLA. He ate more pancakes than all the football players down there, and they said
No
they
way.
asked him to stand up because they thought he was shoveling them down in his pants. And they said, "Where are those pancakes going down? You've had about 35 of them already."
And I'm afraid that if you have a pancake on your, or a hamburger on your license plate, I'm going to walk out one day and find you munching on your license plate. I don't think we want that. I don't think we're ready
Yeah,
for
and if
that.
he has a
Yeah.
hamburger on his license plate, on the other side, on the bumper, the sticker's going to say, "I'll gladly pay you for a hamburger on Tuesday if you let me have one on Thursday."
Yes.
Yeah, wimpy.
Yeah, sure enough. Hey, it's great. It's really great having everybody back. And it's
Yeah.
raining out there and no snow. And most important thing is our audience. The audience that tunes in, who works with us every other week. And it was so great to put the show for them. So, hey, before I forget, ladies and gentlemen, as we're moving forward with the rest of the show, is that all you folks that's watching the Country Cousins television show, whether you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, you're on, what's the other two, Mike? Itch, Stat, Scratch? No, wait a minute. Scratch, Itch, Twitter! Yeah, that's it! Twitter! Yeah, all you folks watching us on Twitter and them other channels out there, hey, just keep on watching. Send your cards over to 1212 North Van Ness here.
Send them over.
In the district. Okay, let us read what you think about the show, okay? Send your cards over. We'd love to hear from you out there. All
Do
right.
not send them any hamburgers.
Yeah.
No hamburgers.
Hamburgers,
No
fries.
hamburgers.
No
I
hamburgers.
think all
Yeah.
coupon.
No.
I'm just saying. All coupon. I don't got a problem. Whatever you want to do with Texas Roadhouse, I think all coupon.
Don't get me started there. Yeah.
Woo. It's all good. So we're going to a commercial break, and we're coming back in a little bit with some more great things that's going on in the community. And y'all stick around. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back just in a little bit. Welcome. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the Country Cousin Show. My co-host, Mr. Paul Eha, and Mr. Isabel. Okay, she can tell you.
Bella. It's about Bella. We have to work on this.
We got to work on this. It took me a long time to get Paul, I'm just saying.
Okay, when you go to Mexico and they got a big palatial palace, you know what they call it? They call it a villa.
The villa.
That's right. So
But here's
how
the
hard
villa.
does it to say Isabel Vela?
Vela.
Yeah, you have to roll it like Vela.
I know.
Yeah.
Vela. Vela.
Oh,
You know,
man.
I'm just trying, you know. It all sounds good, don't it? Sound like a, what's the name of that cake? Velvet cake?
Velvet. Yeah, it's almost like velvet. Velvet Bella.
Woo!
You'll get it.
One day.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they wouldn't let him work at Duncan Hines.
That's exactly
He never
right.
could get the batter right.
Never.
Yeah. He says, I know it's velvet something.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
velvet
yeah.
something.
What is it? It's something.
Yeah, something, right? We're just not sure what.
I don't know. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, we tell you we're gonna have something special, right? So we're gonna do the trio thing up here today. So it's heaven is on the other side. Heaven is on the other side, Lord. Heaven is on the other side, and heaven is on the other side. You know that I can make it, Lord. I want to make it now. Heaven is on the other side. You know heaven's on the other side. Tell me now, heaven's on the other side. Lord, I want to know, and heaven's on the other side. Can you tell me now, heaven's on the other side? Lord, they tell me that I can make it. I want to make it now. Heaven's on the other side. Listen now. There be no dying over there, 'cause heaven's on the other side. I know now there be no sickness over there, 'cause heaven's on the other side. Well, they tell me now I can make it. Lord, I want to make it now. Heaven's on the other side. Heaven is on the other side, and heaven's on the other side. Well, I want to know that heaven is on the other side, and heaven's on the other side. Lord, I'm singing now. I can make it. Lord, I want to make it now. Heaven's on the other side. I'm just saying. What y'all got?
Wow.
Now y'all come on with y'all.
No, it's okay. I will definitely pass. I'll keep
You
it.
see you want to pass?
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, no, you know. Paul got one of those. What you got,
Yeah,
Paul?
Mr. Paul, what you got for us?
Just get a little something.
I'll save it.
Yeah, just a little something.
don't have to
Surprise
save
us.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay.
See,
Uh,
said,
I'll wait. I
to
know.
his hand. Tell
Mr.
me
Paul,
now,
please start.
God's a changing hand.
Oh, no.
Tell me now, hold to his hands. I know now, God's a changing hands. Tell me now, build your hopes on things eternal. I know now, hold to God's changing hand. And Hear me now, trust in him who will not leave you. And hear me now, whatsoever the years may bring, what the years may bring. Lord, I know fair and bright, your home and glory. Tell me now, you're in rapture, so will you. Why don't you want to hold to his hands, to his God's unchanging hands, to his hold, to his hands, to his God's unchanging hand. Tell me now, build your hopes on things eternal. I know now, hold to God's unchanging hand. Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. We just freaking, kind of rolling it down to here. Daniel Rancheria will be back with us on the next segment of the Country Cousin Show, who does a really good job. Unfortunately, he's out this time, but he'll be back, and we're bringing more guests with him. We're currently putting everybody together and setting everything up. So it's all good.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we got some tacos.
No hamburgers,
I got
tacos.
tacos on the
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got them. Where we get them? Where you get them? We got them somewhere.
Got 'em down at a little taco shack down there on La Habra.
Yeah, see? He got them down in La Habra at the taco shop. Good spot.
That is a good spot.
Really good spot.
Yeah.
Word. Just saying.
Yeah. But I think he only brought enough for me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa.
not sure.
Whoa, whoa.
What?
We got a problem already.
What? I'm going to say ladies first, right? Mr. Paul?
Ladies first,
That's right,
right?
yeah.
Ladies first.
So once she eats her 15 tacos, whatever
Yeah.
left you can have. Yeah. There might be a few crumbs or something.
Yeah, maybe, right? They're just maybe.
Oh, my goodness.
I have to make sure,
That's true.
That's right.
True. It's all right. It's all right, ladies and gentlemen. It's all right. I ain't gonna hold that out, I said, all right. It's all right. Yeah, I got some tacos.
Yeah, they're tacos.
Yeah.
That's like, those are fighting words, Those are tacos.
You know what they have? You know what they have here in L.A. They have them in Bakersfield too, and I'm surprised they used to have it in Fresno. They shut it down. Remember that Mexican food place? It was called Baja Fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have those in Fresno, and then they shut them all down. Why I don't know. They were really good.
They want to move to Hawaii.
No, Baja Fresh, not Hawaiian Fresh. Baja.
What? You know they got Hawaiian food here, right?
Yeah.
They do. They got Hawaiian food.
Why you got Hawaii on your mind? Are you trying to take us there
Yeah.
No, that's where he wanted to go.
next? Oh.
we had an idea to go to Hawaii, and the thing was that we did have some Hawaiian people here
Uh-huh.
that came over here, play and sing.
Okay.
And you remember that, right, Mike? The Hawaiian people that was here from Hawaii? Yeah.
Oh,
Great group.
yeah.
Yeah, and they stayed and they played. They played the clubs here, and they played Bobby Salazar down the street. And they played all up and down both sides of the streets.
Yeah.
And really good, really great group. I never get what they call it, little guitar. He's got one over hanging over there.
It's called the ukulele.
Yeah, that's it.
Ukulele.
Yeah, I never got used to how to play the ukulele, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm still working on it. Yeah.
The way you're working on my last name?
Yeah, it works.
You know?
Sometime between now and Christmas, he'll figure out what the chord pattern
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm losing hope here, Mr.
Yeah.
Paul. I don't know. I'm
Well,
not
we
sure
did
how
have-
long it took for him to learn your name, but
I know.
Yeah, I've been working on that. Who was that other guy, Mike, we had in here? Oh, yeah, Tiny Tim was the other guy that we had in here, and he was this tall, but he was playing the ukulele, and we had to figure it out. So that right after that, see, Mike Briggs took up to playing the ukulele for us.
Only problem, he didn't have any tulips to tip through.
Yeah, no tools to tiptoe too. Oh man, it's great. It's great. All right,
awesome.
folks, listen, we're going to commercial break,
yep.
and we are coming back. And y'all stick around. Don't go nowhere.
Gives me time to eat a taco.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot more rain going in the forecast. And we'll be back in a little bit. Y'all stick around. God bless you.
Welcome back to the Country Cousin Show, everybody. I'm your co-host, Paul E. Hall, and along with me, I have my host of the show, Richard Graham, and we have our special co-host. This is Isabel Villa, and she's a pastor in Fresno, California. And if you're ever up in Fresno and you don't have anything better to do, and you'd like to go in there and have some good food and fellowship and just hang out, and maybe you've had a bad day or something like that, you want to talk to somebody, she's located at 3626 East Ventura Avenue in Fresno, California. And go by there and tell her that you saw her on the Country Cousin Show and that we told you to come up there, and she'll take care of you. Whether you want food or, like I said, you just need a shoulder to cry on or talk to somebody, because a lot of times, people go through a lot of things and they just keep it to themselves, and they get bottled up. And when you get like that, it like creates a cancer, because you just get sick because so much stuff is bottled up inside of you and you can't let it all out. So best thing to do is you'd like to have somebody that you can, well, basically you want somebody that you can trust, and somebody that you can, know that if whatever you tell them, your deepest, darkest secrets, that they're not going to go blabbing it, and they're like a confidant. And that's what you'll get when you go up there and you see her at her place. That's 3626 East Ventura Avenue. It's in Fresno, California. So if you're up there, go by and see her, get something to eat, talk to them. Maybe you want to play some cards, some dominoes, whatever, and tell them that you saw them on the Country Cousin Show.
Yeah, and if you come in and you tell us that you saw us here on the Country Cousin Show, your meal will be free. Come on in, let us know that you saw us here, and we're definitely going to bless you with your meal.
Woohoo!
If you're somewhere in a surrounding county and you're stuck and you can't make it our way, just give us a call. We'll come pick you up.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. You can't beat that.
Right?
Yeah.
There's no more reasons why we can't reach out for help or reach out for someone, just to have someone in our lives, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
See, I got Paul in my life. That's better than having 2 dogs and a cat. He always listens to me no matter what I say.
Yeah. That's why I had to shave my beard off, for the simple reason. After I got done with my movie part, then they told me that they wanted me to play a part in the Easter play at church, and then they said, "Oh, we don't need the beard," so I shaved it off. Now the bad thing about it is when I walk down the sidewalk, people ask me, they say, "Are you and Richard Graham twins?" And I tell them, "Yeah, just like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
That's right.
We're twins."
That works exactly the same way. Look at that.
Yeah. That's the only bad thing.
Yeah, really bad. But we are twins, though, but we don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Except for all of us that are watching right now. Right now, it's kind of out there now, right?
Yeah.
30 million viewers, and it's all out there now. They told the whole world.
That's right. That's it.
Man. We try to keep a secret as long as possible. You know how television is, though. Television can't hold it that long. It's only short-lived, so that's on the next feature.
They tell you when you get around somebody, when you stick around somebody so long, after a while, that person rubs off on you.
Right.
And even though his color hasn't rubbed off on me, his actions and his voice and everything has. Case in point, we were at a big church function, and they had it was to raise money for the church. They had about 75 people there, and they had a silent auction. They was going to have a live auction.
Yeah.
Well, Richard volunteered to do the auction. So he tells the pastor, he says, "Yeah, don't worry, I'm going to do the auction. And you don't worry, because I've done the auction before. And when they get ready to bid, I'll tell them bid high, bid fast, and don't worry about it." So the pastor looks at him, he says, "Okay." He says, "Oh, don't worry, I'm from Tennessee. We auction off a lot of farms, a lot of tractors, so you don't have to worry. I got 5, 10, I know what I'm doing." Guy says, "Okay, I'm confident with you." So about 10 minutes goes by, and the pastor comes up to Richard, and he says, "Hey, Mr. Graham," he says, "are you getting ready to auction off those items that we have on the table?" He said, "Yeah, no problem. You just let me know when you want to do it." And the guy says, "Well, probably within the next 5 minutes." He said, "Because everybody's pretty much done eating their meal, and now they'll be ready to go ahead and, bid on some items." So Richard comes up to me and he says, "Hey, what am I going to do?" He says, "I got to go to the restroom." He says, "All that soda and water I've been drinking, it went right through me. I got to go." I says, "Well, go ahead and go." He says, "I can't." I said, "Why?" He says, "What am I going to tell the pastor?" I said, "Hey, listen, don't worry about it. I'll talk to the pastor and I'll tell him. Don't worry." He says, well, I says, "Don't worry. Quit stuttering. Go to the bathroom. Go. Will you quit holding it and go?" So he goes, and the pastor comes up and he says, "Hey, I got a question." I said, "What's that?" He says, "Where'd Mr. Graham go?" I said, "Listen, we got it all under control. I'm Mr. Graham." And he says, "Pardon?" I said, "I'm Mr. Graham. He had to go to the restroom. I'm taking over in the auction." And the guy started shaking like a leaf on a tree. He says, "Well, I don't know if you got any experience doing an auction." I said, "Listen," I says, "Richard's from Tennessee, right?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm from Kentucky. Don't worry. We've auctioned off a lot of farms and tractors too. So I know what I'm doing." So he says, "Okay, I sure hope you know what you're talking about." So he says, "I'll give you a microphone." So I turned the microphone on. So I could hear it was on there, and I go, "Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Richard Graham, and I just want to thank everybody for coming out. And we're going to have a live auction. And as you can see, you had a chance to walk through here before we had everybody sat down for their dinner, and you got to see some of the nice items we had donated. And I'd just like to thank everybody for coming. I'd like to thank all our sponsors. We got some good items. I hope you're ready to bid." Next thing you know, I turn around. Richard's tugging on the back of my silk jacket. And he says, "Hey, I'm back." I said, "What?" I says, "I'm getting ready to start." He says, "I'm back." I said, "Okay, I'll give it to you." So I give the microphone to him. And he goes, "Hey, buddy, I'm Richard Graham." And I says, everybody started rolling. I mean, they couldn't stop laughing. From that day on, the pastor told me, he says, "Hey," he says, "I want you to imitate Richard Graham. I want you to imitate Richard Graham." I said, "What do you want me to do that for?" So after all that, everybody says, "Oh man, that guy, I can't believe it. You know that guy that well." I said, "Well, when you hang around somebody, as long as I know Richard, you just pick up on it."
Oh no, wait a minute. So what traits am I going to be picking up from you? Because I don't know if we're ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready for that. So we got to rethink a couple of things because I don't know. I'm not from Tennessee. I'm not from Kentucky. I've never sold farms and tractors and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can pull off being Richard or Paul. You know. I don't know, but I mean,
she does a great job, ladies and gentlemen. No matter what goes on, not a John Deere, not a Farmall, not a green a Yokohama, but
a Kubota.
Yeah, Kubota. All of them up in there.
All of those big tractors.
Got Ford.
Yeah.
But she does a good job of what the she be working on. She does a really good job. You got problems, need to talk about it, want to have some coffee, want to have to take a minute, have breakfast, lunch, dinner. Hey, fantastic. Come see her. Fresno, California. Okay? She does a fantastic job. Okay? Always there.
And like I said, wherever you find yourself, it doesn't matter what county you're in, we'll come to you because we know the hardest step is the first step.
And I love the part myself that she's Perry Mason. You know, I just have to throw that in there. You know what I'm saying? The best Perry Mason I've ever seen. You know, I've seen Dragnet. I was over there watching the rest of them on Madam 12, you know, and then Della showed up. And all them other folks showed up, but she's the best Perry Mason's daughter, you know, the best one I've seen yet.
What about Paul Drake?
Yeah, Paul, that's him over there.
Yeah. Private investigator.
Perry Mason and Paul Drake. Oh, look at that. We're growing.
We got him right now.
Look at that. You guys just have everything here right now, right?
Yeah, we got it worked out. So we got it worked out. Don't y'all forget. Great group. Group. But yeah, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And we're getting ready to close the show. I hope that you enjoyed. Next Country Cousin show, Lord willing, don't happen. We're looking forward to having all our musical guests in the house. Some of them's out on the road, some of them's out touring, and some out there doing something else.
Some just couldn't make it on account of the weather.
Yeah. Yes.
So we look forward to having a lot of them back and being on the show, going towards the future, going up in the future. So we hope that y'all have enjoyed the show this evening, and you learned something from everything that was going on and you had a great time watching the show, you can bring your dogs in, bring the cows in, bring the piggies in, all that good stuff, But we want you to know that we love you from my heart, and everybody being watching the show and being fans of ours, we love you. The pictures will be out later.
Yes.
We have pictures that's coming up the Country Cousin show, and we have pictures of the band members and some of the other band members. I want to send a shout out and say, especially thank you to Iris who helped build VetNet. Very wonderful lady, and thank you to Miss Pinky out there. Miss Pinky somewhere sitting watching the show, paying attention, and all the other folks that join in and help us out. Daniel Renteria, we say thank you to him, and a great guy and a wonderful musician, ladies and gentlemen. And Kenzie Rose, she's on the road touring.
Drive safe.
Drive safe. Be careful out on the roads. And all of our other guests that normally join us right here on the Country Cousin Show. We do have a great host, a great help, and a great lot of people. So God bless you. God keep you.
Amen.
And what we doing, Mike? Before I run this, we got 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
And
What we got?
they can drop their chickens off here, right?
Yeah. We take all money.
Yeah.
Cash, Visa, MasterCard.
Chickens, so they could be our
Pen pal.
dancers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything.
All that good stuff.
Yeah.
Help out with the show.
Mike, where do you want them to deliver the chickens at? Here?
Right here.
All right. Awesome.
Right here. It's 1212 North Van Ness and Olive in the Tower District, Fresno, California. That's what it goes to. Okay? So make sure to come by one day, drop in, check us out. And Mike Briggs Studio, 1212 North Van Ness, Fresno, California. Okay? We want to say thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody. Have a great evening. Anything?
Thank you.
That's it.
That's it.
And we'll see you on the next Country Cousin Show. God bless you. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.